What's up? I'm back. Last one with the Cosmo here for a little while by the looks of it until I do get my last few parts. But it is off trailer. Here it is. Had a couple mishaps with the wiring guide. Some wires are backwards color wise for the crank angle sensor. But got that all sorted out and get the car running. So here it is. Take a look. Here you go, Grant. It's alive. I gotta fix a couple other wires. TPS come unplugged when I was trying to get it in there. But yeah, here we go. Moment of truth. We're gonna try and drive this thing off the trailer. Radio works though.
Looks like it's got an LSD.
Got to screw with the fuel pressure regulator, resistor, because it's dropping fuel pressure on me. But there we are.
Bam.
There we go. It's alive. Well, it's the next day here. I rinsed the car off because it was real dirty. I'm gonna have to probably wash it 4 or 5 more times anyways. Paint's not perfect. Gonna have to do some touch-ups here. Hopefully the traffic that's out of control right now going past here will settle down and you might not pick it up as much. I got a new mic for the camera, but it definitely looks a little better cleaned up, that is for sure. So yeah, that's that. Anyways, I got a few dings and dents and stuff. So, but I did get the engine bay cleaned up a little more. There's a few things I got to do. Got to wire that permanent here for the fans. The fans do work. Got to make a battery hold down. I got to get to the fuel pressure resistor under the hood here because, well, not under the hood, under the coils. It won't go over 25 pounds of fuel pressure with that resistor while it's running. So I got to take care of that. It's maxing my injectors out right now. So, well, being such low fuel pressure, because I should be set at about 45. We're going to take care of that. Going to be upgrading the intercooler and putting another trans cooler in this soon, which I'll get into that a little more. But right now I temporarily set up the radiator lower hose, which works fine for now, but I'm going to do something a little nicer. I just wanted to get it to drive. That was the biggest thing. I wasn't really worried about it running, but the biggest thing was that it would move under its own power with the transmission being piggybacked. So I'm going to get into this a little bit, get this done, and see if the fuel pressure comes up, and maybe scoot it down the road and try to put a little tune on it. At least, well, try not to get nabbed by the police while I do it, because obviously it's not on the road, but it will be soon. The title should be here soon, and then we'll be able to get on with it a little bit and have some fun with this thing. Maybe do some burnouts. Why not? It's got a limited slip. We'll see how well the automatic transmission holds up here. How soon that I'm going to have to be upgrading to a DCT BMW 7-speed. I wanted to at least get a couple months out of this transmission, but we'll see. This turbo's small, so I might not be able to do much damage to it. But we'll be upgrading the turbo to this and probably EFR. I'm not sure what size I want to go with yet. That's going to determine what I do with transmission wise, and then versus if I'm going to change the transmission out sooner than later, then I'll probably be going with a larger turbo, like way larger. So yeah, let me get to this and get this buttoned up and see where we're at here. Well, I thought I was going to have a nightmare on my hands with this variable resistor, but no. Obviously, I just, right here's the plug. So I'm just pop this out, take these two wires, loop them together, and it's done. So really all I had to do is pull the battery out and move that one little fuse panel. This is done, wired in for the fan. Also, for any Cosmo guys, RX-7 guys, this is the sensor for the water. Unplugged, it's just going to leave the light on the dash that says you're low on coolant. So all you have to do is put a spade in here, ground it to the radiator support, and that's off. So I got to do that too. And let me get back to this. I wish I had something to record and show you guys while I was doing it, but it's rough. And I mean, at least I'll give you a little guidance there to where it is and how simple it is. The same thing on the RX-7, it's a variable resistor. When you're going aftermarket ECU and stuff, you're going to have to bypass that, or your fuel pressure is going to be all over the place. So let me get to it. I'll be right back. So this is all you really need to do. Just remember to use a little bit heavier gauge wire, and then I'm just going to loop that right across these two terminals here, and then put that back under there, button this all back up. I'm going to get the laptop out, check the fuel pressure, set the fuel pressure. Blade cranked that down the other day, so it's probably going to have like 90 pounds of pressure if this works correctly. And then I'll get that back off to 45, and then we're looking good, and we'll be able to take this thing down the road, I guess. All right, here we go. It's all buttoned up. That's all ran, wired up to the fan. This is all I said, just ground that to radiator support anywhere. So done. Resistor is done. And change the air filter out, because you don't want to run these Spectra filters. I'm going to tell you why right now. You get these Spectra filters, they got this stupid piece of metal glued on the inside. It decides to come off, it goes through your turbo. Dunzo. I've had one come off on a supercharged car and get stuck in the throttle body before. So that's never any fun. But I'm going to get this buttoned up, go get my laptop, and try and get this fuel pressure set, and then we're golden here. Transducers. Well, the issue being is that they're 100 psi pressure transducers, so, and actually that could possibly be wrong too. Based on the voltage for them, it's wrong. So the ECU is trying to correct for the pressure being wrong and stuff like that. But we wait for my wideband to come in, and then we're gonna go do some tuning on this and get the fuel map straightened out. But yeah, that's where we're at for now. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Watch this. I didn't even realize it did it. Oh shit. Yeah. You ain't got that. So yeah, we're gonna be waiting for a little bit, at least another 2 weeks for the parts. Get another pressure transducer in, and get that on the car. Hopefully that will fix the fuel pressure issue, and along with the oil pressure. Both of those sensors are kind of funky. They were cheap ones that I had in the closet, and decided to give him a shot, and well, that was a mistake. So now we wait again, but we are definitely moving in the right position. Car did shift, got it into second gear. Um, it's looking good. So hopefully get those last couple of parts in, and then we'll start working on upgrading as soon as we know everything is kosher, and start getting a tune on it. Play around with the car a little bit. We'll see.